Hey YouTube, Graylan Stewart here with another video. I'm a wholesaler virtually, entrepreneur, and just sharing my experiences. I want to give back and teach people the real way to wholesale with all the fluff and just the full truth on real life experiences and what's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. So right today I'm going to talk about marketing. Marketing is the single most important thing you can do in your business because it is truly the lifeblood of your business. If you're not marketing, you're not going to get deals. Okay, that's just the bottom line. Marketing is everything. Okay, now there's a bunch of marketing out there, so people are asking like, what kind of marketing should I do? Right? So what I would say is this: it depends. Is the easy answer, right? It depends on what you want to do. And it depends on your budget. It depends on the time that you have to put in. It depends on a lot of things. So let's just get into a couple of solid marketing pieces out there. And I've got some of these written down just so I didn't have to memorize everything. But probably the most common things that wholesalers or wholesaling companies do, probably the most common I would say is cold calling, probably. So cold calling is exactly what that is, right? Whether you are cold calling yourself or you hire a VA or someone local to make those calls for you, okay? And then when they make those calls, they either use a dialer to call out so you can call multiple people at the same time in case people don't pick up, or you can just dial manually, right? Obviously, a dialer is more effective, and always doing it yourself, one by one yourself, is definitely the most effective. Nobody knows your own business like you would know it, and also one at a time, gives you the full attention to that particular seller. But it is time consuming and take you a lot longer. So as far as scaling wise, it's not scalable doing it that way. That's why a lot of companies will end up hiring a cold call company or a VA or someone local to do that for them. Anyways, the next marketing channel you could do is driving for dollars. I know there's companies out there that do that even at scale through different driving for dollars apps. There's a bunch of different ones out there that you could use. Now, I don't do driving for dollars myself. I've done a little bit of it, but I've never really done it as a main marketing channel or anything like that. I've done it on the side just when I was out and about already, just jotting a few addresses down. So the main thing is once you do driving for dollars, just follow through with it. Don't just write the addresses down, actually look them up, call, mail, do whatever you want to with those people, okay? Another marketing channel that a lot of companies out there do, as we do as well, is texting or SMS at a massive scale or at a small scale, right? You just want to send those text messages to your potential deals, your sellers. So people you can send out blast to 10,000 people all at the same time, or you can manually do if you just got a small list, through your different app on your phone or whatever you want to. Another one out there is ringless voicemail, also known as RVM. So people do RVMs because that's kind of like cold calling without actually cold calling, because you're just leaving a ringless voicemail, exactly what it sounds like. It just bypasses their ringer and drops a voicemail directly on their voicemail. So that's effective. We do that at our company as well. There's also something called voice broadcasting. Now, voice broadcasting, I know that they have, a lot of people frown on that as far as a consumer goes, but also a lot of states have actually banned that from what I've heard. Voice broadcasting is really, it's kind of similar to ringless voicemail, but it's a lot different also. Really, it's when you're making phone calls and you've got voice broadcasting out there and you actually answer the call, and then it's an automated voice saying, hey, sorry I missed you, please call us at this number, blah, blah, blah. That's a voice broadcast. But when it's an actual ringless voicemail, that's when you just notice a missed call and all of a sudden you have a voicemail. That's a ringless voicemail that they actually left a message. Voice broadcasting is you actually answered it live and they're talking to you automated right then. So that's pretty common as far as, a lot of spam and that kind of thing, that you get those a lot. But anyway, direct mail is super popular. This is one of them that obviously you need a decent amount of budget to do direct mail. Things like driving for dollars is free, except for your gas, right? But direct mail is super effective. But really, the whole goal in all of these things, no matter what you choose to do and how you choose to do it, you've got to be consistent, right? Because marketing, like I said, is the lifeblood of your business. Without marketing, you don't have a business, okay? I do know there's a lot of wholesalers out there that, okay, now I've got a couple $1,000s, I'm going to do a direct mail campaign. And then they do that campaign, they didn't get anything out of it, or maybe they got a deal and they're just living on that deal for a while, but then they don't do another campaign for another 6-7 months, right? When they run out of money or they need more money. And it doesn't work that way, right? Anything that you do in marketing, trust me, I've been in marketing for probably 15 years now. I own a marketing company right now, and that's actually why transitioning into wholesaling was easy for me, because marketing is what I know, and marketing is what works for any business, okay? Not just wholesaling. Wholesaling is just a vehicle that we are using as a marketing and sales company. So I'm still running the same marketing and sales company that I did before. We just have a different channel now, right? I'm not marketing and advertising for the local mom and pop businesses per se anymore. I'm marketing and advertising for myself, for my wholesaling company, okay? So it's the same concept, but just a little different vehicle. All right, another one is Facebook. Now there's a couple ways you can advertise on Facebook. So there's a free way and there's a paid way. Obviously, the paid way costs you money, and the same thing, you got to be consistent. You've got to do that marketing channel often, have it set it and forget it. Now the other way, the free way, is kind of the organic way, is just posting on Facebook in different groups, and that's time consuming, but it does work. I've done that. I've had VAs do that for me, and it definitely works. I got several deals doing that, but it's like the same thing. You got to be consistent. It's time consuming. You got to post in all these different groups. You got to answer all the replies or deal with all the hate, because you get a little bit of all that. Anyway, on to the next one, is online marketing, right? So there's SEO and there's PPC. So SEO, my marketing company, actually, we do this for different mom and pop clients. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. So what that means is that gets your website to the first page of Google organically, right? So when you go to Google, you always notice the paid ads at the top or on the side. Used to be on the side, now they're all on the top. And then there's the organic listings. Usually it's the paid ones, and you got the maps, then all the organic ones that just happen to be there. So those are SEO. They don't get there on accident, right? Those people are actively paying for SEO. And then the pay-per-click, PPC, that's the paid ads at the top. The Google ads at the top are pay-per-click. So those are more quick. If you wanted to get on first page of Google today, do PPC. If you want to be there for the long haul, do SEO, okay? And we do both of those as well in our company. Another one two other ones is radio and TV, right? Obviously, these are the most common and commonly known marketing channels out there because we watch TV every day and we probably listen to the radio every day, whether it's Sirius or your local station, right? So both of those are kind of the traditional marketing things, kind of like Yellow Pages, which Yellow Pages is kind of obsolete now, but I would tell you this. It's the older generation that still uses Yellow Pages, and that's the houses that we want, right? So I wouldn't say that completely shut Yellow Pages down because of that reason. Same thing with newspapers. It's typically the older generation that still subscribes to the newspaper, but they're the houses that we want as well. So just keep that in the back of your mind if you ever want to do those. Obviously, they do cost money. Yellow Pages are typically really expensive. I used to sell Yellow Pages early in my sales career. I did it for almost 10 years, actually. But anyways, so radio and TV and newspaper and Yellow Pages are four other ones. We actively do radio as well right now. And then another one is bandit signs. You hear people talk about bandit signs a lot. Now, bandit signs are effective, but they are difficult, because you don't typically keep those signs don't stay there long, is what I'm trying to say. The shelf life of your sign is a couple of days if you're lucky. And sometimes in some areas you might have a sign out there for months, right? But for the majority, if you're doing bandit signs at scale consistently every single week, you got to do it every single week, because the majority of your signs get taken up by the sign police, right? The local authorities, or whatever you want to call them, that work for the city, right? Just cleaning them up. Another thing is referrals. Okay, obviously you won't have referrals when you first start off, unless it's referrals just from friends and family that you ask about. But eventually, once you get going, one of the jobs of my transaction coordinator is, after we close a deal, one of their main jobs is to make sure you reach out to that seller after the deal's closed and ask for referrals. Do you have any other houses that you might have that you want to sell? Does your friends and family have anyone? Do you know anyone? Since your transaction was smooth and great with us, could you refer us to anyone? Okay. Another thing that there's companies out there that just JV. JV stands for joint venture, meaning somebody else has the deal, but you're helping them with it. Okay. Whether that's helping them find a buyer, or maybe you're on the other end of the deal, you're helping them find the deals and they're finding your buyer. Okay. But JV, and I know companies or people that's all they do is JV. Actually, a good friend of mine, the majority of his deals are from JVs, and he does 2 or 3 every month, just because people bring him deals and he knows how to get those things sorted the right way and then sold. So they split the deals. Anyways, another one is billboards. You'll see the big national franchise companies do billboards mostly, but they are out there, obviously, billboards on the highway. And then there's car signs that you can do. Of course, it costs a little bit up front, but put a sign on your car and drive around with it, right? That's free advertising for you. All you got to do is pay for the sign one time. And another thing is, you could have t-shirts made up, whether you have logos or designs on the front or the back that just say "I buy houses" or whatever you want to say on that. Okay, so that's a bunch of different marketing channels, and there's probably some that I possibly missed, but I will say that they're probably all effective in their own way, and some are better than others. But no matter what you do, the point of this video is marketing is more important than anything. After you're all set up and you actually have a business, marketing is the lifeblood of your business. If you don't do it, you will go out of business, okay? Especially once you have a real business and you've got people to pay, you've got to keep that lead flow coming in, because without leads, you can't get deals. Without deals, you can't get cash, right? Without cash, you can't pay your people. Without your people, you don't have anything, right? So marketing is everything, okay? Cold calling, driving for dollars, texting, ringless voicemail, voice broadcasting, direct mail, Facebook, whether you do it organic or the paid ads way, SEO, PPC, radio, television, yellow pages, newspaper, bandit signs, referrals, JVs, billboards, and car signs, just to name a few. I'm sure there's others out there, but no matter what you do it consistently, do it like it's second nature, no matter what. Do something that you can afford to do forever. Okay, that's really the goal here. Is whatever you decide to do it ongoing. I think we do. That's probably like 20 different things right there. We do 9 or 10 of those on a consistent basis every single day. Okay, every single month. That's just what we have in our budget to do, and that's what brings us deals. So I'll never stop doing them, and I'm actually always looking to spend more. Because obviously, once you find something that works for you and it's effective and you're getting deals from it, you really want to go in a little bit deeper on that, right? And you might try, just like I've tried bandit signs in the past. They never did great for me, but at the same time, I wasn't real consistent with it either. So I kind of knew that anyways. So that just wasn't for me. I don't do bandit signs. But then cold calling, I hear all these people that kill it in cold calling. So I'm like, I gotta get cold callers. I had 3 cold callers, and I paid those people for over a year with never getting a deal. So, but that was my fault. I didn't really train them. I just assumed that they knew what they were doing to go get it done, right? So you can waste a lot of money on these things. You really got to dive deep into how do these things work and why do they work, to make sure when you do it and you're spending money on it, make sure it works for you, okay? Just like ringless voicemail. I love ringless voicemail. We get a ton of deals from it. Every single month we get deals from ringless voicemail. Texting. Now texting, a lot of these things work differently in different parts of of the country too. And some places ringless voicemail is illegal. Some places texting is already shut down too, and that's probably going to go away nationally pretty soon, I would assume. But at the same time, we don't do a ton of deals doing texting, but I still have a budget for texting that we do. We text people every day, all day, on an ongoing basis, because we still get deals, because it's fairly cheap and inexpensive to where it's still worth it to get us a $15,000 deal, once a month or once every couple months even. That's still worth it to me when it's only costing me, a few $100s potentially every month. So now Facebook, like I said, organic and paid, they both work. I've done them both. I do paid on an ongoing basis, and it does work. We get several deals a month from Facebook. The direct mail 100% works. That's how I started my business. I did $72,000 my very first month in business 2 years ago, because direct mail is already what I knew. So that's what I did. And believe it or not, today I don't do a ton of direct mail. I do it more targeted though. So we do still have direct mail in our budget. We just don't do it at the scale that we used to. But and then SEO, obviously I have a marketing company. We do SEO for clients. So yes, we have SEO on all the different websites that we have for our businesses. Pay-per-click, I'm just starting. I know the big dogs do pay-per-click. So that's why I'm starting to do it now, because I can afford it and I know it is effective. So I'm just starting out with a small budget of $5,000 a month. And then I'm going to grow that from there. Because like I said, anything that I'm spending, once I see results, I double down or triple down on it even a lot of times. So the point is, any of these things are free or almost free, a lot of them, and a lot of them cost, a significant amount of money. But no matter what it is, the whole goal is to get a return on it, right? Because if you're getting a return, then you're making money on it, and it's worth it, okay? If you can't get 3 to 4 times your money, at least, on what you spend, then in my opinion, it's not worth it. Because oftentimes we get 10 to 15 times our money on the marketing that we do, because we're really good at it and we're really effective as far as our message goes. So anyways, I hope that helps you, and just always know, whether you're starting out new or you're an experienced wholesaler, then you probably already know, but whatever marketing channels you choose, do it consistently, do it all the time, and never waver from that. And I would say, just starting out, you don't want to have, like we do 9 or 10 of these right now consistently. Obviously, just starting out, you can't afford that, nor do you want to do that. You really want to get good at one thing, maybe 2 things, and kind of run with that for a while. Once you figure that out, maybe add another one, and you can always add another 1 or 2 along the way as you drop things off too. Just like we did drop cold calling off for a while, but we did bring it back. We only have 1 cold caller now, and she's really good because we train her, and we actually get a couple of deals a month from her now because of the training, right? You have to set people up for success if you want them to do these things for you. So anyway, hopefully all that makes sense. Didn't mean to ramble on too long, but marketing is the lifeblood of your business. If you want to be an effective wholesaler and make a lot of money, you have to have marketing, and you have to do it consistently on an ongoing basis, okay? So I hope you like this video. Please share it. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please leave a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts and maybe what marketing channels that you do, what's effective for you. Because at the end of the day, we all work together to make this everybody's kind of big dream. Let's all help each other out. I definitely believe in giving back. That's why I'm doing these YouTube videos, just to help people out along the way, right? Because we can all help each other. There's so many houses out there for everyone. Trust me, hundreds of thousands of houses that are distressed out there that need our help. So there's no reason to keep information to yourself, right? I didn't learn all this information on my own. Obviously, I learned from other people that's been in the business. Basically, when you see somebody that has what you want, seek that person out so that you can have what they have, right? And that's exactly, what I did and what I still do. And I suggest you do the same. So anyways, thanks a lot, YouTube. Love you guys. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you in future videos. See you later.